Kind of funny going through social media nowadays, and all I see is people trying to blame Joe Biden for the cost of food being as much as it is now.
His own policies.
What were his own policies?
Well, number one, Joe Biden came in and shut down fuel production. You know, no more drilling, and we all know the oil.
I mean, he didn't actually. He did like a record number of drill. I mean, he like expanded a ton of permits.
No, he didn't. He shut down the gas pipeline from Canada that was going to go down to Texas. Again, listen to me. The gas prices went up. Just look at the obvious. Obviously, you're on the other side. I can see where you're working this right now. But just look at the gas prices. Look at the food prices. No. You're not going to talk over me and tell me.
Okay, guys.
Food prices under Biden up 20%. Gas prices 38%.
Yeah.
Mortgage rates 160%.
Yeah, prices are going up.
Drug ODs up 36%. Okay? Car insurance 125% up. Right. These are folks. They have to spend that money.
Listen, there's no question that post-pandemic, this country and the world have suffered from
Trump had 2 years of post-pandemic.
Right, but Trump ran an $8 trillion deficit. He spent $1.7 trillion on tax cuts. He deregulated
Inflation
industry.
was 1.5% when he walked out the door.
Right, but look at it in relation to the world. I respectfully say, yes, inflation was too high, and that hurts American consumers.
You want this?
So what did Biden do to create that, though?
I don't know, and that's what I would have asked him.
So basically, you wrote down a piece of paper, but you didn't look up the answer?
No.
We're going to need 2 days on the podcast.
I want to ask Biden about that.
Okay.
So you're saying, why did Biden do it? I'm not going to hear and
if
say.
If you don't mind, that was a very poor impression of how I've been saying this.
But do people understand that it's Trump's policies that we are actually financially in at this point, and it's not anything to do with Biden? The you know what 19, can't say the word obviously on YouTube, but the lockdown, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, the demand for groceries actually skyrocketed through the roof, but food production actually went down because people could not work. They could not go into work sometimes. You know, only essential things were allowed to work, and food, one would think, is one of them, but some of them could not. The supply chain was completely messed up in this time. And then there's the war in Ukraine. People cannot forget that we get fertilizer and soil, certain things like that, and even grains out of Ukraine. For cars, you guys remember so many cars were being built but could not be completed? Well, those harnesses were being made in Ukraine. And, you know, so this disrupted exports of all sorts, but especially grains. Grains could not be produced enough. So the price of wheat, amongst many other commodities, simply just skyrocketed, you know? And what about the climate related shocks? What about the natural disasters that were going on? Extreme weather causing shortages, even in olives. There was a shortage in olives. Do you guys see how much olive oil is nowadays? It used to be that you could get 2 liters of olive oil at Sam's Club or Costco for like $13. Now, 2 liters, the last time I seen it, was $50. Or you can get 1 liter for $30. So save $5 or $10 for getting it the 2 liters instead. This is the reality that we live in, you know? And then how about the livestock issue? What about the whole issue with the chickens that caused chicken prices to rise up a little bit, or low cattle inventory due to droughts? No one's mentioning any of this stuff, but all of this, and at the same time, companies started marking up their prices artificially. You started to see the simple fact that eggs, I mean, you know, I seen a recent video that stated, you know, we used to throw eggs at houses. Now we can't even afford to buy eggs, which is actually kind of funny, but it's so true. Companies started marking up their prices artificially, you know, to gain more profits and stuff like that. But that's to be expected because the people in the economy are now getting used to higher prices. So if they mark up the prices, it doesn't look so bad at first. It's just later on when things cool down that you realize, oh, snap, why am I paying so much for this? You already got used to it. It's too late. And bringing those prices down, like, it's going to be hard to get a company to bring a lot of these prices down. Even if they can, it's going to be almost impossible. And then during the pandemic, transportation issues. Once again, not as many people. I mean, I remember days where, and this time I was actually in Columbus, Ohio. I remember days where I would go out on the road and there would be nobody on the nobody. If you were out, it's probably for an emergency, or maybe you were going to get food at the grocery store when you could, or people were going to the hospital, something like that. That's it. The roads were empty, you know? And Columbus at one point was actually listed as a purple city. So I think that was the worst rating you could get. So trust me, there wasn't much driving going on out there, you know? And inflation. What about the all the money that was pumped into the economy? The pandemic relief checks. Government spending went up. Infrastructure investments. All this money being pumped into the economy to try to reactivate people or reactivate the economy for people to come out and actually feel comfortable to spend money again comes at a cost of inflation. You know, what about the trade policies, all the tariffs that are going into place? You know, and there's a lot of different agencies, um, but there's a lot of different angles that you can look at this from. Yet people just want to sit back and blame Biden for this. But there's a much bigger picture. And, you know, I guess there's just a political thrill to blame someone like Biden out there. Maybe that's it.